It's something that we all have to do in one form or another, and most of us dread. I was one of those people until I learned some tricks. I'd like to share some of these with you. Back in the day, it was a handshake. Right now, I'm still doing fist bumps. Some people are going to be doing elbow bumps. Do what people are comfortable with. I think that's the safe way to go here. But everyone loves eye contact. Well, almost everyone. I ran into someone at a networking event about a month ago, and they were avoiding eye contact. And I gently, took them over to a corner of the room, and I said, it's a networking event. People like to see the whites of your teeth and the whites of your eyes. And they said, oh, I'm autistic. I have a problem with that. I said, great. I said, reframe that. Bring it up and make it a non-issue, because people are looking for that eye contact to get a little bit of recognition between both of you. So if you don't have the ability to make eye contact, say, oh, I don't make eye contact, it's my superpower. It allows me to listen better. People are going to love that, and that's a little bit unusual, so that will continue the conversation. So that's fantastic. A couple things you should do before networking. Put your phone on mute. If you keep it out of your hand as much as possible, you're going to be more open to other people and less into yourself. I mean, that's the bottom line. The second thing, if you know who's going to be there, if it's an established group, if you've networked with these people before, do a little research. Take a minute on each person's social media page and see where they went to school, whether they follow a basketball or a baseball or a football team, whether they've got a lot of family pictures. And then ask some open-ended questions around that. In fact, what I like to do is to actually keep an index card, but you can do this on Post-it notes. And if you know the players, you put their name on top, you put their company, you put down that one question you want to ask them, and by writing it down, you're actually encoding it in your brain. And then after your networking, you're going to put down something they said about what they're really interested in, or what they really want, or what they really need. Because this is the whole secret of networking. If you get people to talk about themselves long enough, they will tell you what their needs are and how you can help them. That being said, networking is not a one and done event. I never try to go hardcore on somebody I've just met. I always like to keep it chill. If you are asking the open-ended questions about what they do, then they will come around and go, what are you doing these days? And oh, this is my new project. I help organizations or people with X. Not, I can help you with X. That'll be a subject for later in your networking conversation. And this is how this will go. You'll say, what are your favorite, what do you like about networking? And that's going to take people aback. It's like, well, I need to do business, or some people generally, I like people. I like to get to know people before I do business with them, and I'm lucky enough that usually I can do that in one form or another. And so, what do you dislike about networking? Oh, it's so superficial, everyone's trying to sell you something. There are 6 different reasons. Agree with them. Yeah, networking is one of those things that we do that we can improve upon, and this is one of the ways we can improve upon it. We say, I agree with you. I don't like hard sells. I prefer interpersonal communication. Tell you what, why don't we have a follow-up? Would a Zoom or a coffee work for you? And usually they will say yes. This can be in your follow-up note on their social media afterwards, repeating to them, it was nice talking to you about the Yankees. It was nice talking to you about the weather. It was nice talking to you about the flowers in the garden outside. If someone's a gardener, I resonate with them. I love working in the garden because it brings me peace and joy, not just pretty flowers. I can take the pretty flowers into my wife and she likes them just fine. But the little bit of meditation that I get, weeding and trimming and transplanting plants, that does a lot for me personally. And that's something people love to hear. That's something you can share. Don't ask people about hot button political issues. Talking about guns, Roe, anything like that, in this day and age, you're going to lose half the room. And the secret to networking is everybody is your customer. Michael Jordan famously said, Republicans buy my sneakers too. I always tell people it's not whether you're red or blue, it's about the green. You want to make a living. So in order to make a living, try to stay away from alienating subjects, because you're always going, even if it's not the person you're talking to, the person in the next conversation over, it's like, oh, he's one of those. Oh, she's one of those. You don't want to be known for that. You want to be known for the person who helps people solve their problems. So what problem do you solve, and how quickly can you communicate that? Super important. Do you have a tagline for your product or your business at work? You know, it should be something better than puppies and babies, not included. Something along the lines of, we solve communication needs for small business. We help people with imposter syndrome succeed. Something like that. And because that's an open-ended statement. You say something like that, oh, how do you do that? Oh, we basically use three methods. There's one, there's number two, there's number three. We really love to see people succeed. You reinforce it. You use the same word that's in your elevator tagline. Does that make sense to everybody? Let's see, what else can we do? Okay. That's pretty much it. That's Networking 101. If you'd like to go through a practice session with me, I'll give you a free 15-minute Zoom. And we can hop on a Zoom and we can go through what your tagline is, what small talk is, what it is, what open-ended questions are, and you'll be a better networker at the end of 15 minutes. No charge, no obligation. I'm Coach Ron. I love helping small businesses succeed.